Here we are, here we are, here we are.
I'm here.
You're here. And you're here also, listener. You know what I mean? I am your host, your lovey-dovey host, Larry Saperstein, joined today, as always, by my lovier-dovier co-host, Jacob Bellotti. How are you doing today?
I am so good, Larry. It's the week of Valentine's Day.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air. And we have a great guest.
Who we love.
Who we love in a different way.
Yeah.
And so, I think we should just kick off the show.
Yeah, so welcome to Let's Talk About That.
All systems are a go.
Talking database activated.
Begin in 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what? Let's talk about who? Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that.
Girl, I cannot believe we are talking about that.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Let's talk about that.
I mean, our guest today gets the award probably for one of my favorite straight people
Okay.
on planet Earth.
Okay, yeah.
That's the thing I just came up with today.
Yeah.
And I'll probably think about this later and be like, oh, but I forgot that other straight person that I like.
Mhm.
Jerome is in
Jerome.
that category.
Jerome,
You
yeah.
know, past guests such as Jason Earls could also be in that category.
Sure.
But this guest holds a very special place in my heart.
Yeah. But before we get to him,
that,
let's talk about us.
someone else who holds a special place in my heart, you.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
Do I?
Well, during this lovely Valentine's Day season,
Yes.
that is where you are in my heart.
Oh. Just during the Valentine's Day
Yeah, just
season.
in these like 14 days between February 1st and February 14th.
Yeah.
After that, out the window.
Honey,
about
it'll
me?
be our second Valentine's Day together.
Yeah, I'm
Isn't that
very
crazy?
excited. We have a nice little resi
Yes.
at a nice little resty,
yes.
Ronti,
One of our favorite restaurants in LA that
which
we
will not tell you.
Exactly. We're this is our spot. It's not that many people seem to know about it.
Yes.
This is our spot.
Let's hope it's empty.
I know. I hope so.
I'm going to get my little Coca-Cola
Mm-hmm.
and my little bread
Mm-hmm.
and my little pasta
Mm-hmm.
and call it a little day.
Hopefully not on Valentine's Day.
Well,
but
we're going to eat, you know.
yes, we will eat. We
Yeah.
will do some eating.
Do some eating. She ate.
How do you feel about Valentine's Day in general as like a holiday?
Hate it. I'm so
Honey.
sorry. I love you, and I will do. I know you like it. I know you like it, and so I'm like, I will celebrate like for you, and I will always celebrate for you because I know how much you like it. But previously, like before you being in my life, hate it.
Why?
It just seems like made up and manufactured.
Isn't every holiday made up and manufactured?
Yeah, more so though Valentine's Day because it's like I don't know. It just
It's a day to celebrate your love.
I know, but I just feel like it makes people who are not in relationships feel bad.
Yeah, but I've been one of those people and I'm not anymore. So
Yeah, but I feel I don't know. I just feel like it's a holiday that is like centered around making certain people feel bad for like the
No,
way
it's
that their
not.
life is in the moment and
That's-
having it not conform to like the way that Hallmark
Oh,
thinks your
God.
life should be.
Here we go. No,
We need to be fighting against these corporations on a daily
listen,
basis, honey.
It is a
Corporate holiday.
It is a holiday to celebrate your love. And so what if there's single people? It's like they don't have to celebrate it. And in fact, I had many great Valentine's Days when I was a single person.
Yeah.
Where I would spend it with my other single friends and we would all just like, you know, hang and be together. It's a time for people to come together. And isn't that at the end of the day what it's all really about?
It's a time for people to come together.
I hope.
Well, honey, I love roller coasters. Can I celebrate my love of roller coasters on Valentine's Day?
No, because it's.
But that's one of my loves.
See, this is where you're the problem.
No, this is where
you're the problem.
This is where corporations. This is where big Valentine is the problem.
It's about celebrating your relationship and your love for your partner. Okay, that's what it's about.
I just think, it's 2025. Okay, we should be opening ourselves up to be celebrating all different kinds of
fuck you,
loves,
fuck you,
and relationships.
No one wants to hear this. Fuck you.
We are a queer podcast. We don't know who's listening and what kind of relationship structures they may have or not have. What about the asexual people?
What about
the aromantic people?
They can celebrate their love for their friends.
Or their books.
You're just thinking of Isaac from Heartstopper.
I am. What about the people who are asexual and aromantic? What do they do on Valentine's Day?
They celebrate their love for their friends.
Okay.
But it's about celebrating your love for another person. That's what it's about.
So your favorite Valentine's Days that did not include me. Why were they so amazing?
Because it was really a chance to be with other people who, were in the same boat. That's what's nice about it. Like it's for couples and it's also for single people. It's for both.
I'm not buying it.
You're not buying it?
I think that at the end of the day, you really like holidays. And that is you just like a lot of holidays. And I only
That's not true, Larry.
It is true. You love Thanksgiving.
3 holidays.
You love Thanksgiving.
Actually 4.
You love Christmas.
/ Hanukkah.
No, you hate Hanukkah. Hanukkah,
No,
you wake up every morning, you're like, fuck Hanukkah.
I hate Hanukkah. You have to stop with that narrative on this podcast. You have to stop with that narrative.
You live for Miss Valentine and her day.
Can I just tell you the holidays I like?
Yes.
I love Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I love Halloween.
I know.
I love Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And I love Christmaka.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Those are the only holidays I enjoy.
But see, for me, it's like Halloween above all else. Like that's
I love Halloween. I put that in my top holidays.
I know, but Halloween is for me, Halloween is like that girl. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And everything else is kind of just like, well, I like Hanukkah, sure.
Well, guess what? I'm starting to bring joy into your life, and as fiercely as you try and reject
joy.
it,
I bring my own joy. I don't need an external. I don't need.
Can you stop talking?
Sorry.
As fiercely as you try to reject the joy and love that I bring to you, you will start to learn and love these holidays.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Yes.
I do not reject any joy and love that you bring to my life. As a matter of fact, I radiate joy and love. I live in abundance, okay? I have the joy and love. It's flowing out of me and also flowing into, because if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else?
Now you're just saying random words.
So the joy and love, they're all over. And the thing is that I radiate so much joy and love, and I accept so much joy and love into my life that I don't need big Hallmark. I don't need big love, corporate love coming into my life and telling me on February 14th, you're going to celebrate in this way because I, Mr. Hallmark, am telling you to do that. That's what I think.
Okay, well, if you want me in your life, you're going to celebrate it.
I'll do whatever you want, though. I love you, and if I know you like to do a Valentine's Day dinner, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have
God forbid he makes me feel special.
No, I will make you feel special, and I will celebrate with you because I love you, and I know that you like it, and so that is what I'm doing for you. That is my act of love towards you.
All right, happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
And one of my favorite episodes of High School Musical, the musical, the series, was the Valentine's Day episode. And our guest today is from that show.
You felt really proud of that, and it wasn't even that good of a transition.
I had thought about it like 4 minutes earlier, but I really needed to get through my rant about,
how much
corporations.
You hate love, yes.
No, I hate Corporation.
Our guest today was EJ on the hit Disney Plus show
EJ Caswell.
High School Musical, the series.
Here he is.
He was in the Zombies franchise.
Zombies 3. Yep.
He is going to be in an upcoming movie called Summer of '69
American
on
High on
Disney
Hulu.
Plus / Hulu.
Yes.
And he is, as Larry said, one of our favorite straight people in the world.
And he knows more about cars than any other person I know.
Yes, so you know him, you love him. Please welcome to the pod, Matt
Cornett.
Cornett, right after this. Matt Cornett!
Oh, hello. Goodness
You're here
gracious.
on Let's Talk About That.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is so long overdue.
It's well long overdue. We've been trying to plan this for way too long.
Yeah, we've scheduled this like maybe 6 times.
Yeah.
And every time something has happened that has made it not possible. But here you are.
Finally.
You are live and in person in the studio.
You're not wrong. Here I am.
And you know, this is a truthful statement. You hold the achievement of being one of my favorite straight people on the planet.
Wow.
You
Wait,
know?
that's actually such a huge thank you. That means so much.
That's
Yeah,
a big
it's
accomplishment.
true. Thank you.
Because we have to tolerate a lot of straight people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm sure there's a lot to tolerate.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's not
I'm
a lot
sure
of
there
straight
is.
people that I want to spend 6 months at a
Yeah.
time with in Salt Lake City,
Sure.
Utah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're one of them.
Wow,
Isn't that
that's
great?
so kind. Thank you so much, Larry. I
How
love
have
you.
things
The
been
paycheck
going?
helps.
I love you too.
Yeah, it was just because you were paying me.
Sorry,
That's
helped.
yeah.
Helped.
Yeah.
Now, poor.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. Just
Yeah.
like hanging out and doing my thing.
Yeah. How did you fare with all the events of 2025 leading up to this point?
2025 had a very strange start.
Yes.
Like
It sure did.
It felt like it felt like we should just already redo it. Like we're not even a full month in, and it feels like we should just start over. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like we've been saying that every year for the last
since
5
2020,
years.
It's
Yeah.
been getting worse.
It has been getting progressively worse, and
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was good. I left. I was in Burbank. I left Burbank because of the fires.
Yeah.
Wasn't directly affected, but the air was getting weird.
Yeah.
And all that. So left, went over to my friend's mom's house, a little east, and was there for like a week, and then kind of came back because I had some friends who unfortunately lost their homes, which I'm
Oh my
sure
gosh.
everyone around here
Yeah.
knows somebody that did. But so I came back and was like trying to help with that a little bit, and it's just such a weird and like incredibly tragic and sad time. Like it didn't like really hit me until I started seeing all the Instagram posts about it.
Yeah.
And seeing the like aftermath. I literally like sat on my couch and was like crying.
Yeah.
I know it's
No,
scary.
We literally we saw you I think in December at Jason's
Yeah.
comedy show
Yep.
or whenever that was.
Josh Miss.
Oh, Josh Miss. That was
Miss.
last
That
year.
was Josh
And we're like,
Miss.
everything was great. We were like, oh my God, hey,
Yeah.
man. We were like sitting there chatting, and then like immediately, like a week later, everything went to shit.
And then immediately all of California is on fire. My mom was like, I always thought California was going to slide into the ocean before. And she was like, but now it's just dirt and rubble. And I was like, Mom, that's
Don't worry,
terrible.
there's still an opportunity
Yeah.
for it to slide into
Yeah,
the ocean.
that's true, actually.
My mom
Yeah.
says that too. She keeps
Yeah.
saying the earthquake is going to
Yeah.
make California
Yeah.
fall. I'm like,
Yeah,
that
the
is
San
not
Andreas.
how it works.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, there's going to be the San Andreas and it's going to split in two and you're just going to slide off into the ocean. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'll wear my life jacket. Don't worry.
All right, so let's get into it. So
Yes,
who would you
yes.
rather fuck? No, I'm kidding.
Fuck, Mary, kill. Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. Jesus Christ.
No, so you obviously
Jesus Christ is the last
Yes,
option.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus
okay,
Christ is
okay,
the last
okay.
option.
Okay.
Because that's what we're here to do today.
Yeah.
This is actually a gotcha podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So
Got it.
obviously you were in High School Musical, the series.
That was not me. That was somebody else.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
okay.
actually never heard of that show.
I haven't either.
It seems like a really interesting take
It does.
on something.
Clearly,
don't
I
know.
did not do
Gay
my
people.
research. Actually, just before this, I saw a tweet. I'm sorry, I'm like
No,
coming for
please.
both of you right now.
Comfort.
well,
It said,
I'm
comfort.
it said-
terrified.
it was titled the worst TV show titles of all time, and the number one was High School Musical.
No
the
way.
musical, the series.
Can I-
followed by that Kristen Bell one on Netflix, like a girl in the window looking across from the woman in the window of the girl.
By the way, that's
yes.
genius.
I
I
know
love
that
that.
one.
Yeah.
I know that one.
I know.
The girl. Yes, I know the. Can I say? Okay, well, I probably have talked about this on the podcast, but when the show first came out, when we like auditioned for the show,
Yeah.
do you remember it was called High School Musical: The Musical?
Yes.
There was no series part.
Yes, yes.
And then the only reason it was series was because of like some kind of miscommunication between like our show and like the network, or maybe it was like the network made that decision and didn't communicate that like to the show.
Yeah.
And there was like a bit of like frazzledness when they announced that it was the series because we were like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I was a little sad when they put that series on. They
Here's
put that
the thing.
the series on.
I kind of loved it because the way I felt, and I don't know if this was the plan, but I feel like it was to draw a crowd to talk about the title, about how crazy the title was,
Totally.
to get eyes on the show, which I think is a brilliant idea. Like,
I think it worked.
I think it
actually,
worked. I think
because yeah.
No, I think for the first like chunk of time, everybody was like, this show with this title that is the length of the longest. I don't know where I was going with that,
Yeah,
but a long title.
Yeah. No, like I remember when it came out when I was in college and people were talking about like the musical, the series, the musical,
Yeah.
all of that.
It is
So-
funny how anytime everyone like makes a joke about it, it's always High School Musical, the musical, the series, the musical, the musical, the musical, the musical.
Remember when they
I'm like,
called us
I've never
the
heard that.
alphabet show? Like the haters?
I do.
They would call us the alphabet show
Yeah.
as like because it was HSMTMTS.
Yeah.
And we were also, I guess, maybe it was like a dig on like it being like a pretty gay show.
Uh-huh.
You
Oh,
know,
do you think that had a part to do? I guess that
I
probably
mean,
was.
probably not, because it was probably the gay people that were doing that. So I don't know.
How did you feel
Sure.
about being a straight man in a gay show?
I loved it.
The voice of reason in the room.
Of course,
right?
of course.
Yeah.
There's always got to be one. I loved the show. I loved being a part of the show so much. Like that show still holds so much like love and space in my heart. And
Yeah.
I learned so much like through the show. I knew nothing about musical theater before the show. No, you know this. I knew nothing about musical theater before the show. I never in a million years would think that I'd be a musical theater guy. I am obsessed now. Oh, I love musical theater.
On the like maybe third day of filming,
Yeah.
I will never forget this.
Oh no.
You walked into like the room and you were like, guys, I have a question about musicals. And, you know, of course, me and Julia were like, what's the question?
yeah.
And then you're like,
Tony Award
you're like,
nominee.
Right.
and you're like, in musicals, are the scenes still called scenes?
I remember asking that. I remember asking that.
And we were just like, yeah, Matt, they're still called scenes.
I was
Scenes are
green,
called
Larry. I was green.
And then
You had to spend 4 years around Larry Saperstein
Yeah.
and Julia Lester, and look what happened.
Little did I know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Now I know that scenes are, in fact, still scenes.
And then I was with you when you saw your first Broadway show.
Yeah, which then ended up having basically the entire cast joining our show. Like, to a degree, the entire cast of my first Broadway musical was in our show.
And that is a very rare experience, Matt.
that is an incredibly rare. And I
It was
understand
Dear Evan
that.
Hansen, by the way.
Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen was my first. It was also my first, 7 Broadway show. Like, I saw it so many times.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know. I've always said that that's my favorite Broadway musical. I don't know if it's because I think it partially is just because I love the show.
Yeah.
But I think also it might just be because it was my first show ever.
Yeah.
I feel like that, does make
Yeah,
it hold a
holds
special place.
Yeah.
Now, have you heard of Wicked?
I never have. No, what's that about?
It's about racism.
Yes.
Oh.
And
Feeling othered.
yeah,
Right,
it's
right.
about sentimental men.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds pretty
blonde
unlimited.
hair,
Yeah. Being wonderful. all
holding
those
finger,
things.
holding space.
Holding
Holding
space. Holding
space.
space.
It's about holding space
Yes,
at the end of the day.
But your favorite's Dear Evan Hansen, really?
Yeah, well, honestly, yeah, I think Dear Evan Hansen, Hadestown is also. I've seen
Yes.
Hadestown
Love
like 3
Hadestown.
times,
Love.
and it's spectacular.
Lana Gordon.
I saw
Lana
Wicked
Gordon.
on Broadway one time.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
and I didn't love it when I saw it.
Okay.
Did you see it at the Pantages though?
No, I want to go
Okay.
see it at the Pantages, but
Yeah.
I saw it on Broadway, and I didn't. I will say, and I'm not going to say who it was, but the Elphaba at the time was the understudy. The main Elphaba was
Sure.
out, and I think she was still incredible. Obviously, I do think it was a bit of an off night for her, which I understand. Like that happens to everyone. Because you could kind of feel the tension of like her being a little scared to like hit the notes.
And that's really hard in a show where everyone knows
Yes.
every single second of the whole entire show.
Yes, and also like Elphaba being like kind of having the powerhouse songs.
Yeah.
In I guess both the first and second act, right? Like
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's- it's
She has
it's
no
the
good
star.
deed in the
yeah,
second
yeah,
act.
yeah. So I think that was really, and I don't know if that's why it was like less than for me, because I think I just felt a bit on edge the whole show. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
You
she
know-
was still great. I will say, but yeah, I didn't love the show. I do want to see it at the Pantages to try and like.
We had that experience. We saw it
Yes.
on Broadway again in January or February of last year.
Right.
And we felt it was a little robotic, like on Broadway. It seems
Yeah.
like it's very just a
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
By the way, like this is a symptom of like every kind of long running show
Totally.
like that. Like
Totally.
if they and this is no shade to like anybody that's in these shows. It's just like when you're doing a show for so long,
Yeah.
like it just is second nature. And I think that like sometimes these shows need like a full refresh of like everyone, just to kind of keep it fresh and new. I think that it just happens. Like it just gets robotic is like the best word for it.
And then I saw it at the Pantages in December, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like best performance of it I've seen.
See, I had that question. I was talking to Jordan Fisher about
Yeah.
that, and I was like, how do you keep the show fresh every night? Like what do you do? And he's like, it's very difficult sometimes because
Yeah.
it does become just kind of like a part of your body.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's hard. It's very hard. He was like, you kind of just have to like play around sometimes and just like try to find new things and
Find
try to
moments.
find moments as much as you can. But
Did you see him in Hadestown?
I did. I saw
We
him and my
missed
friend
it.
Maya Rafiko.
Oh
And
my god.
they were
Okay, yes.
spectacular.
Jordan, like to be in that show for over a year
Yeah.
as like a quote stunt cast. I mean,
Yeah.
like he is a Broadway performer, but
Sure.
he's like bringing that level of celebrity.
Yeah.
Like that's like so rare to have
Yeah.
someone that big be
Yeah.
in a show like that for so
Yeah.
long, which is amazing. It's really like, okay, he's like the real deal at this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Obviously, we all knew that, but
Yeah, I mean that man has got one of the most buttery smooth voices I've ever heard in my
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. I feel like Hadestown. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for him, but I feel like Hadestown is probably one of his like favorite things he's done.
oh well, it's just such a good show.
It's a phenomenal show, but I say that because you can like see it as he's performing.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
see how much he loves it.
yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible. Him and Maya killed that. Like I wish I never saw the original cast of it. And obviously I love the recordings,
Yeah.
but I do wish I could have recordings of Maya and Jordan to just listen to on the
I'm sure they got one out there. That's
There's
probably
there's probably a
fulfillable.
slime
Probably.
tutorial.
Slime
as they
tutorial.
say.
right. Slime tutorial. Yes.
Okay, I want to bring it all the way back around
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think the fans would be really mad at us if we came on here and did not talk at all
Yes.
about High School Musical.
Sure.
Yeah, actually, we're just gonna completely avoid High School
Let's avoid
Musical the
that.
whole
Let's-
time.
We're not going to talk about it at all. What were like some of your favorite memories from the show? Like doing that, the whole experience, being in Utah, all of it.
Yeah, I think game nights that we had were always
Game
some of my
nights.
favorite
That's
things.
come up before.
I will never forget one of our first game nights. Jason Earls. I don't know if this story has been told before.
I don't know. I
Jason
don't know
Earls.
what story.
Jason Earls and I were sitting next to each other. We were at the in that movie theater in my apartment.
Yes, I remember.
And not in my apartment.
the apartment
in the
building.
building
The
of my
building had
apartment.
like a screening room.
Yes.
And we watched High School Musical too.
We watched all 3 of them.
We watched all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Maybe I showed up
the
late.
first weekend that we were there.
Larry wasn't invited.
Larry
I was invited.
He was only invited for the
No,
second.
I was invited.
And then we asked him to
Maybe I
leave.
came late or something.
Probably. Yeah. You remember Dara showed up. She was like, I got stuck in an avalanche. And we were like, what?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
And then she said, but I brought croissants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
We're like,
God.
you're 3 hours late and you just showed up with croissants.
And you said you got stuck in an avalanche in the middle of downtown Salt Lake City. No, you didn't. I love you, Dara.
Yeah,
No, but
I know.
But do you remember when we lost Dara in the mall? When we left Dara in the mall?
I do remember. And then we went to the Olive Garden and I told everyone
did.
that I was bisexual.
Have you told? Oh, wow. That's so heartwarming.
Why'd you turn this into a special moment?
No,
Has that story been told? Should we tell that story quickly?
Sure, yeah. Well,
So-
this story and then back to the
Sure.
other
We'll
one.
get back. So we all went to the City Creek Mall in downtown Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And we were all just walking around. We went to the food court and we were like, you know what? Let's all grab our own food. Grab whatever you want. So all of us got our food and we left.
What happened?
I probably
was,
am forgetting a lot.
What happened was I don't remember who was like it was probably Frankie, to be honest, because I feel like that's a Frankie thing to be like, you know what? I don't want any of this. This is all gross. It was like we were in the food court and like
Yes.
and it was like we were like, we're gonna go get our stuff and then we'll like come back. And someone, I wasn't me because I fully like had an order going at like one of the like Chinese food you go down the line places, and then I had to be like, never mind, I'm so sorry, I didn't pay for it, and then I left.
They had to like pour your orange chicken back into the...
literally. And someone decided like we should go to Olive Garden because it was like around the other side of the mall.
Yeah.
And so we left. We all got together.
Yeah.
Congregated, left, and then
Was it Julia?
maybe.
I think it was Julia. We were walking and she was like, oh my God, where's Dara? And we were like, what?
And and we were like halfway down the mall.
We were not close.
We turned back around, and mind you, it's like February in Utah. It's like 4 degrees outside.
And it's like
freezing.
8 p.m. It's dark. It's...
We and none of us know. Like, I feel like now it would be like whatever because we know Utah so well. But we're like,
we also didn't really know each other that well
we
yet.
didn't know each other.
Yeah.
It's like we're in this foreign place.
So this is early.
This was
no,
early.
It's like
This is, like,
within the
beginning.
first week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we like turn around, run back, and Dara is just like alone in the food court with like her like Chick-fil-A or whatever.
I think it was seafood. And we
Yes,
were like,
it
you
was.
got seafood in downtown Salt Lake City.
She
in the
does
mall.
love crab legs.
She loves
Yeah.
Dara.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, we found Dara and
We did
she
find
was
Dara.
okay.
Yeah, she was fine. She was fine.
Okay, so Jason Earls
Game
in the
night. Jason
night.
Earls. So Jason, I was a huge Hannah Montana fan growing up. Like that is probably my all-time, not probably, it is my all-time favorite Disney Channel show.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Hannah Montana. So when we found out that Jason Earls was working on the show, we all freaked out. But internally, I was giddy schoolgirl, screaming. And so this is I think it was our first game night ever.
Okay.
We were in the movie theater in the apartment building, and we're sitting around a bunch of tables and we're playing Mafia. And
which is the Traders.
The
if anyone
Traders
has seen
game.
the Traders on TV, it's the same game.
Okay.
Mafia.
Okay. Am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, great.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect. We're playing Mafia. I'm sitting next to Jason Earls. I don't really know him that well yet, but I'm still like, oh my God, it's Jason Earls. So we're playing this game and I decide, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to get people to, I think I was Mafia maybe. And I was trying to get people to just vote other people out. So I was
was the
trying
traitor.
Yes. I was trying to get people to just turn on Jason. So I was like, guys, I actually think Jason's being suspicious. He's being weird. And Jason Earls, this is arguably some of the first words we spoke to each other, turns to me and so sharply and loudly goes, "Shut the fuck up, Matt." And I was like, and that was my first experience
Your
of Jason
childhood
Earls.
hero.
No, my childhood
telling you to
hero.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and Jason still tells that story, and he's like, "I think I scarred you from that," because that was truly probably the first one-on-one interaction we had with each other.
Yeah.
And I just remember him saying that, and I was like, okay.
And you never spoke up again.
And I never.
got your
I was
line.
silent for the rest of until today.
Yeah.
This is my. Yeah.
This is now
my,
you're finally speaking your truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have two questions? So favorite thing to film from the show, could be any season, and then what was your favorite thing to watch? So that doesn't have to be something that you were in.
Interesting.
So favorite thing to film, something that you were in, and then favorite thing to watch can be something that you were in or
Wow.
something that you were not in.
That's hard. I think my favorite thing to film was probably. Wow, that's so difficult. I think probably season 3 Color War stuff was so fun. Just because we were outside, it felt like a school. Like it felt like field day at school.
Yes.
Like if you guys had field
Of
days,
course.
that's what it felt like. The entire week shooting that episode felt like a giant field day, and it was so fun. It would either be that or any of the stuff in the gym of the school.
Yeah.
I just loved filming in the gym. That was
Yeah.
so fun.
Oh, that's so straight.
That's
Straight
very
answer.
fair.
No,
That's
I
very
mean
fair.
those like group things really were so fun. I mean
Yeah.
that the Color War thing, like it also goes for like Homecoming or like
Yeah.
when we were shooting the shows.
Yeah.
Like because you're diving into this thing and it feels like you're just living in
Yeah.
that world of the event of the thing.
And it felt like a live show because they
Yes.
had like 250 extras.
Right.
That might be an exaggeration, but they had a ton of extras. And so when we were doing the show within the show, it felt like we were putting on a live
Yeah.
performance.
Right.
Because they were literally telling the audience, like, cheer for them, clap for them. Like, you can be loud. You can.
Yeah.
And they were like, the louder you are, the better they're going to perform. So it felt like we were going out doing a show. It was so
Were
fun.
you singing live during those?
I don't think so.
No, not
I remember season
usually.
1, like there were a few things that Josh and Olivia did that were live.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do more live stuff, but then I think just like logistically they
It
realized
was
that's so much
easier.
harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To sing live. So we're not Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I don't think we ended up doing any of that live.
I think also like after COVID
Yeah.
stuff, it was just like so much harder to do that because of like how close people
Yeah.
had to be to each other to like really get that good audio.
Yeah.
And it was just better to, pre-record the
Yeah.
audio and lip sync basically.
Yeah. But the dance numbers were like, I'm not a dancer. I was never a dancer, but like that made me enjoy dancing because I was
Your
like,
dance skills from season 1 to 4
oh, it's shocking.
though,
It's shocking.
so much improved.
No, it's shocking.
much improved. You get the most improved award.
Thank you. Do you remember when Zach Woodley wanted me to do like a step jump point, and then the entire thing got cut from the episode because he was like, he never said this, but I think internally he was like, he can't even do that. That was season 1,
Aw.
and then cut to season 4, and I guess I didn't dance.
You're
in
doing
season
jump
4, but
splits.
I'm doing oh yeah,
Yeah.
aerials.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
the
a
whole
lot.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole
He's
nine.
tap dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
call all
actually
my
at the
tap
end of that
dancing
one
dance now.
episode, that wasn't Larry tap dancing.
Yeah, Matt was the feet double.
I was the feet double.
Oh yeah. Got
Those
it.
are my tootsies. I'm never saying that again.
No. Please don't.
No, you shouldn't.
What was
Yeah.
your favorite thing to watch?
So my favorite thing to watch, I think any of the like heartwarming moments between Joe and Frankie, 100% of the time made me weep. Like Quinceañero at the when Sebs like sings the climb and then sings like and has that moment with Carlos, or the is it called In a Heartbeat, their song from season
Yeah,
that season 3 or 4?
In
Season
a
4?
heartbeat, I choose you. That was season 2.
Was it season 2?
Then there was
really know
another
our
song
show.
in season 4, but I don't remember that one. What it was called? I don't remember what that one was called. I'd have to listen.
All
to it
of
again.
their song, like all of their just like moment, they were my favorite characters in the show.
Yeah.
No offense, but I
Offense taken.
Yeah.
Truly.
I
I wasn't even in it, and I feel offended.
you should you should I loved Seblos so much. It like every bit of their interactions made me actually cry, like weep. So I think any of their stuff was probably my favorites to watch.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, what was your favorite Big Red moment?
My favorite Big Red moment.
Larry needs some
Gosh,
personal
I'm realizing I'm
validation.
kind of a softie. Honestly, I'm about to point out another like heartwarming moment, but it was the moment where Ricky is like really struggling, and he comes into your basement for like support and help, and you guys just like sit there, and he's like crying with his pillow, and like you kind of give him that little talk, and then you're just there for him.
Oh, was that like in season 1, or what season was that?
I think that was
2?
season 2.
Yeah,
That was season 2.
I liked the
Big Red has some of my favorite like funny moments. though,
Yeah,
too.
I liked the sleepover where we like had like the guys and the girls sleepover.
That was
like
so
a
fun. Do you remember me not? I had one line in that one scene. I come down the stairs and I have one line, and we did it probably 50 times. That's
I remember I
also-
like snapped. I don't remember if I snapped at EJ or Carlos for like something with power tools. Like there was a line about
there's
power tools.
Yeah,
and, like don't come for me and my power tools.
because I said
or
something about power tools, and I was supposed to say something like, do you think that you should really like have access to power tools or something like that? Still don't remember it. I never once got that line right, and it was like a 5-word sentence.
Yeah,
and I never once got it right. And Jason Earls, who was our dialogue coach, every single time they would yell cut, and he'd be like, Matt, and I'd be like, I know what it is, and he'd be like, say it, and I would say it, and I'd say it perfectly, and then the second we would roll, I couldn't remember it.
That's what happens when
It
you have
was so-
one line.
Jason Earls is standing there like this fucking
What's
guy.
so funny
You know
is
what?
I
wish he
would-
would shut the fuck up.
Yeah. What's funny is I remember like there were takes where camera's still rolling, and Jason would be like right behind camera, and I would say my line, and then I'd kind of like look off of camera and look at Jason, and I would just see him being like. It was so funny, but those were really, really fun episodes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
fun scenes, I mean.
Anytime the whole group was together,
Yeah.
that was just like the best part.
Yeah.
And of course, you're the standout.
Wow.
We say that to everyone.
Yeah, we
but
do.
But
What does that even mean, though?
You're the standout straight person.
Okay, great.
It
Thank you.
means
Yes.
that when I'm watching the show, we're going to say that to Josh when he's on the podcast
know.
too. We're gonna, you were the standout
You were the
straight
standout.
I don't know. You were just great, and I love you.
Thank you. I love you.
Great. More with Matt Cornett right after this. And we're back.
We're back.
Okay. All right.
We're back, baby.
We're back. So before we move on from High School Musical in Utah, I just want to tell one story, which is when Matt Cornett. So, I feel like during season 2, we would like hang out a lot.
We went on a lot of hikes.
Yeah, a lot of hikes, a lot of outdoor
yep.
stuff. And you kind of got me feeling a little bit more active and like outdoorsy.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, Larry, I want to take you to the shooting range. And I was like, okay, I got nothing better to do.
There was nothing to do in Utah. That's the thing. So
I
I was
know.
like,
And you
I just
had
found like
your-
a cool, like a shooting range. Should we go?
Yeah, and you had your shotgun.
No, I didn't.
You I mean, you
No,
had
we
it-
rented stuff.
We rented
stuff because
Okay.
I didn't have any guns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was yours. But anyway, so
No.
we like drive like 30 minutes to this like shooting range, and I like don't know what to expect at all. Like I'm thinking it's going to be like this like back alley like
Yeah.
creepy thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Topgolf.
No, it's literally like it was like I've never experienced anything like it. Like
Yeah.
Also, it's not that like I don't go like shoot like it's that I don't go shooting often, but
Right.
I do it like when it's like, oh, we don't have anything else to do. Like, guys, should we go? Like whatever. And I've never been to a place like that. It literally felt like a like skee ball for shooting.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
And so like this is like all new to me. And I
Yeah.
have like and you're talking like, oh, it's the P742 shotgun with the hilt, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sure.
And you're like guiding me through it, and you're like, we go into like our little booth,
Yeah.
and you're explaining to me, you're like, okay, the light's gonna go, and then the thing's gonna go, and then you're gonna shoot.
Yeah.
And first of all, I'm terrible. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
Bless
He
you.
does this a lot on the
Okay,
podcast.
fair enough. Bless
Okay.
you.
Wow. Just really ruining the social
Sorry.
clip there.
No, the social clip will be fine. Don't you even worry about it. So first of all, I'm terrible at it, and you're great. You like have great aim.
Here's the thing. I was raised in Arkansas. I was raised going hunting. I was raised like I always feel like I have to say like I was raised like the proper way how to like properly handle a firearm
Yeah. Of
safely.
course.
and how to know how incredibly dangerous they are and can be, and how to like, how to handle them safely and properly, and all that. So that is like,
Oh God.
I know. This has got to say it.
Really, really unprofessional if you think about it.
I think I have another one coming.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. Well, anyway, I was raised in the BSA. Okay, the Boy Scouts of America. I worked for the Boy Scouts of America. I taught rifle shooting merit badge.
Did you?
I did.
That's crazy.
So I have a lot
I
of
didn't know that actually.
I
that
sure
you-
did.
That you shot rifles.
I sure did, and shotguns and all of that.
Wow.
And
Wow.
a lot of they, on the other hand, do quite the opposite of the safe thing. And so,
Right.
like, one of the things
Do they just kind of throw you into it?
a little bit, yeah.
That's scary.
But they're only like 22 caliber rifles.
That's still scary.
Oh yeah.
Could still kill someone.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of times that kids would like pick things up and turn. It was just a disaster.
Yeah.
No.
But a lot of the one of the things that the people who work there like to do was mess with me because, like, I'm very messable with.
Right.
And they would fill the black powder shotguns with like way extra. So it would be like 150, 200 like black powder. And then I would like step up like to do a little demo for the kids, like, oh, this is the, thing. And I would shoot.
Oh my
I would shoot it,
gosh.
and it would go.
And just like white smoke at the end.
White smoke
Yeah.
everywhere.
You fly back.
Yeah, like
you
literally,
hit a tree.
like bruises for days.
Oh my gosh.
and all of that.
Crazy.
And that's like kind of the image I get of Larry shooting a shot.
That's the thing no one tells you about. It's the kickback. What do they call that? The
it's
kickback? Is that what it's called?
recoil.
The
Recoil.
Yeah, the recoil.
That's the thing. And yeah, it's your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's right
Was your
here.
shoulder bruised after?
I don't think so because I didn't do enough.
Sure.
So then what happened was I did
Well, you
like
are very fragile.
I am very fragile, but I did like, but it was also freezing. I remember in there, and so we were wearing like our jackets
was
and
cold in
stuff
there,
like
yeah.
over everything, so I had a bit of padding. But I remember that we did a few like rounds, and I was like feeling more comfortable, and then there was like one point where I go to pick it up, and it was facing out, and I'm like checking the safety, and I accidentally like shoot it, but it went out. It was
Wait,
like
I don't
it was
remember
safe.
that.
It probably was nothing.
Sure.
But to me,
Yeah.
it felt so because it went off when I
Yeah.
was not
Yeah.
intending for
Yeah.
it to go off,
Yeah.
and that to me was terrifying.
Of course, that's horrifying.
And then I just remember I looked at you, I put it down, and I said,
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yep. I do remember that.
Yeah, and you were cackling. You thought it was amazing. And
Did you get any pictures, any video?
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
I'm sure
oh, yeah.
there is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have
Okay,
pictures
we'll have
and
to
video.
post those.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get
I
it
have
out.
pictures and video.
I do slightly remember that. I remember the very first thing I told you was no matter what, the barrel is pointed downrange. Like
Yeah.
no matter what
Right.
you do, always. So that it
Right.
worked out. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. And then it was like, and I never touched a gun again.
Yeah,
And then we
I don't
went
blame
into
you.
that other room, and you like rented the like handgun and like the big. I don't know if that's like a machine gun, but like the big one to try because they had like a special.
Oh, they
deal
have
or
like the
something.
old like World War II. Like,
Yeah,
like-
whatever-
like
whatever it
belt.
was.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And I was just sitting there patiently, and I was
Yeah.
like, "You were like, do you want to try it?" And I was like, "No,
Yeah.
no, thank you."
Yeah, even I
Never
even,
touched
even,
a gun ever again.
Even I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Even those were like a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like even like doing those, I was like, this is this is a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
it's
a
Utah,
lot. It's Utah. You can basically do anything you want in Utah. It's kind of scary.
I got that impression. We were just there in October, and I really did get that impression upon staying
Yeah.
there for
Yeah.
a few days. It's kind of a lawless
Yeah,
land.
you can get away with a lot, I think.
Oh my God! One of the things we wanted to do, there was a specific hike that you
Oh,
said
yes.
that you
Rattlesnake
did with
Gulch.
Matt.
Rattlesnake Gulch.
And we were
Okay,
trying to,
I
like,
could
find
not
it.
remember the name of it, but it was so pretty, and we saw the paragliders.
paragliders coming
that
over.
were going down like the mountain. And we actually I think we saw a paraglider while we were
did,
there.
yeah.
But
Yep.
I was like, if we were on this hike, we'd be like right where they
Yeah.
are. I do remember that.
Did you go with me when it was like fully white out, like snow?
No,
Or was that a
when we
different
went,
time?
it was like the fall.
Okay,
it was
yeah.
like October-y, and
Yeah.
it was like really pretty fall colors and everything.
I went one time on that hike when there was nothing in that mountain that was not white. It was
Wow.
like solid white snow. It was the most magical
And solid white people too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Very, very much so.
Yeah.
No, but it was beautiful. Like it was the most magical feel. I felt like I was in a movie. It was like every snowy Christmas movie, like Hallmark movie you've ever seen.
It has its beautiful moments. We
does.
finally did like the actual, when we went, we did like the actual Donut Falls hike, which is a big one that people do.
Okay, I never did that.
That's where all the Mormons take their like engagement photos and wedding pictures. And
But
all
that's
that.
only at the
Right.
front. Like if you keep going, there's like an actual hike, which I never do. And then at the end, there's like this. The reason it's called Donut Falls is because there's a waterfall that's going like through a rock.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's like the rock kind of looks like a donut, and then the waterfall is like
That's
going
cool.
through it.
That's cool.
There's just like so many of those pretty pockets.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like Utah, there's not really much to do outside of like outdoorsy things.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
outside of hikes, outside of there's just not.
And you have those like two different populations. You have
Yeah.
like the outdoorsy, like I would say like very liberal, very like hippie kind of people, and then like the Mormons.
Yeah.
It's very like it's a kind of a tale of two
Yeah.
cities in a way.
It was one of the most bizarre places.
It is
I feel
bizarre.
like I'd
Yeah.
been.
It's bizarre, but it's also like, and maybe I feel this way because we spent so much time there, but I also like, I love Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I have a very special place in my
I do
heart.
too. And like,
it has
I've been back to like visit Kate because
Yeah.
Kate
Yeah.
still lives
We
there.
stayed
and
with her
Yeah.
when we went.
Yeah. And like, I've literally just been there for like a weekend. I went there when Josh had his show
Right.
there, and I stayed for like 3 days, and I loved it. Like there's a part of me that I was like, I could live here, but then I after thinking about it, I was like, I don't think I could.
3 days is the perfect
Yeah,
amount
I
of time
don't
to
think
go
I
to
could
Salt
spend
Lake
more
City.
than
Like you
a
go,
week there.
you do all the things for 3 days, and then you come back to LA.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of weird places,
And places to live.
Yeah.
Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse.
You filmed a movie in Syracuse, New York, where
Yes.
I went to college.
Yeah.
How was your experience living in Syracuse?
It was great, awesome, but strange.
It was over the summer, right? Last
Yeah,
year?
over the summer.
Oh, well, the movie's called Summer of '69.
Yes,
right?
Yes,
it is indeed.
of
It is indeed. It was great. It was so much more. I don't know if barren is the right word, but it was just like there was less there than I thought there would be. So we were in a town called Liverpool,
Yes.
which is like it's still Syracuse, but it's just like right outside.
Yes.
Right.
It's like
and
20 minutes from campus.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's like is it even that far?
Like 20,
I guess
20-ish minutes
yeah, I guess
from
20. I guess you're
campus.
right. You're right. You did live there. There's just like nothing there. It's like there is nothing there. And I figured like once you went into proper Syracuse that it would be like this huge city. It was
Oh,
like
no.
there's nothing
You,
there.
you actively try to avoid going into proper Syracuse
Yeah.
if you can.
Did you
Yeah.
try Tully's?
I did go to
Oh my
yes,
God,
I
you went
did.
to
I did. I went.
What is it,
I went
Good
one
food,
day.
great times.
It was good food, great times. It was good food, great times. It was great.
Tully's, we love you.
Yeah,
Tully's.
and sponsoring this out. No, I'm kidding.
This episode is brought to you
yeah.
by Tully's. Good food, great times.
No, I got it one day before I went golfing, and I took it golfing with me.
Did it make you have to shit?
Yeah, yeah.
The one time
You
I had
did warn me.
Tully's,
You
I
did
almost
warn me.
pooped my pants.
Yeah, you warned me.
Yeah.
I also will say, don't remember what location it was, but I ordered it beforehand, like 20 minutes before I got there, just to pick it up. I got there and still had to wait like 40. I was almost late to golfing. I don't know how you can be late to golfing, but I was almost late to golf because I had to wait like almost an hour for this food, and I
Yeah.
was
Damn.
like, I ordered this so long ago, so that was my only qualm with Tully's. But the food, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
really,
yeah.
really good.
Did you get to go to like the campus much? Syracuse University?
I'm trying to think of. I was around that area because there was a really good Mexican restaurant there in downtown that does trivia on
Oh, okay.
Tuesday or Wednesday nights, and we
Okay.
went a couple times there, and it's right by the campus. I never actually went properly on campus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you were in Liverpool, right?
We were in Liverpool.
Okay. So how was the experience filming this movie?
Yeah, tell us about your movie.
Yeah.
Summer
The
69.
movie was so fun and so silly and just so like there's so much heart and the story is so fun. So it's directed by a woman named Jillian Bell. She's brilliant and hilarious and the sweetest woman you'll ever meet in your life. It's being made by American High, who Julia did a movie with.
Yes, Prom Dates.
Yes, Prom Dates. And with Hulu, in conjunction with Hulu. So I actually don't know when it's coming out officially. However, we did just find out that the movie is premiering at South by Southwest. Which I believe, I believe by the time this comes out, I'm going to double check that so that I don't get in trouble.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can cut this if it's not.
But I believe that's already announced. So, yeah.
But you heard it right here. It's a Let's Talk About That exclusive.
Exclusive, yes.
So,
But no, the movie was so much fun. It's this beautiful like story about. It's kind of I almost want to say a coming of age story about this girl. She's kind of just like coming into herself and learning to really dive into like who she is and not trying to conform to like other things to try to impress someone else or get this guy that she wants. And
Who's playing her?
Sam Morelos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're a wonderful actor, and they're just awesome, and became one of my best friends, and I love them so much. But we did this movie, and basically the short version is there's a girl who's going to high school, and she has this guy at school who I play that she is very, very into. And there's a rumor going around the school that if you want to date this guy, his favorite sex position is 69. So you need to prepare yourself.
Is that why it's called Summer of 69?
That's exactly why it's called
Yes.
Summer of 69.
yeah.
So and
I literally thought this took place in like 1969.
No, it's current day. So
Yeah.
so she
Wow.
basically, to prepare, she's
dead.
never had a boyfriend, she's never kissed a boy, she doesn't know how to be sexy. So to prepare, she decides to hire the help of a local stripper to teach her how to become sexy.
Wow. Wow.
And in that, the stripper is played by the wonderfully hilarious Chloe Fineman.
Okay.
love.
Come on,
Incredible.
SNL.
Love her.
Love Chloe. And it's a super fun story. It's so silly. It's so ridiculous. Yet it also has so much heart because, they end up becoming great friends, and I won't spoil the film, but it's a really, really awesome story, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. And I think it tells some really fun things, and I love it, and it's so fun. I still haven't even seen it yet. I'm so excited to see it.
And South by Southwest is a great place to see it. Have you ever been to South by Southwest?
I've never been to South by Southwest.
It's super fun. I went once.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's really cool to go to like one of the, like Sundance or like one of those film
Yeah,
festivals.
I didn't realize it's like one of the biggest film festivals
Yeah,
there is.
yeah.
I
It's
didn't
like
know
that one. Sundance is like, those are the two like big ones, I
Yeah.
would say, in the U.S. Like,
And the Tribeca.
and Tribeca. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it's really exciting. So go and have a blast and
Yeah.
let us know what you think of
Yeah, I
South by
will.
Southwest.
And we are so excited to see the movie Summer of
Summer of
69 coming soon.
to Hulu.
Is it
No.
Hulu?
Yeah, it'll be on
It'll-
Hulu.
Oh, great.
It'll be on
Coming soon to Hulu.
Yeah, but probably, I guess,
/ Disney
later
Plus.
after.
I think it'll definitely be later than.
yeah.
Yeah.
Watch People 69 on Disney Plus.
That's right.
I'm actually curious if it'll go. I don't think it will go on Disney Plus.
No,
Actually,
Well,
everything on
everything
Hulu.
on Hulu.
Wait, really?
is on
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
know
all
that.
like bundled now.
Interesting.
By the way,
'Cause
were
I'm-
people actually even 69ing in high school?
I can't speak for
I
you.
can't speak. I can't speak for. I didn't.
Maybe
go to
I was
high
just
school,
maybe
so-
I was
Yeah.
just not cool and had no cool friends.
Okay, well, this has been great.
Yeah.
I know we've been bragging on you a bit, but Matt Cornett, you are an absolute delight. Let
Oh,
me
that's so sweet.
just say we
love you.
appreciate you coming here and having fun with us for 40 whatever minutes.
Yeah.
And we are so excited to see your new movie. We what else do we have to say to Matt? That's nice.
Well, we just
Come
love
on,
you.
I'm-
and,
What other
and-
what other
pushing here.
faux stories?
What other
do-
nice
and,
things can
you know,
we say?
you've been my window in many ways into a
Wow.
straight world.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are the cars, by the way?
The cars are great.
Are you
The cars
still
great.
are you still doing the car flipping?
No, I'm not doing that. The market has changed, Larry. The market
Okay,
has
the market
changed.
has
The
changed.
market. I don't know how you guys don't know
Of
this.
course.
Do you still
uh,
have the red Camaro?
Larry, get with the
I still have the
times.
red. I still have the red Camaro. That car's never going anywhere. That's
Okay,
my
okay.
baby. It's actually in the shop right now. now because I did just get someone hit me, so it's in the shop
Oh,
getting fixed.
God.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. But
Someone hit Arrow.
yeah, I know.
But Arrow's okay.
Arrow's
gonna
fine.
be
Yeah,
okay.
Arrow's fine. She's just getting some paint work done right now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she's fine. But
I need
Yeah.
an interior person, by the way. I need someone
Okay.
to
Oh yeah,
fix the leather on my seat.
His seat, like,
oh, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
split apart.
We'll have to talk. We'll have to chat.
We'll chat after.
Yeah.
I've got a guy.
Great.
I got a guy.
Do I have to find this guy like under an alleyway?
Oh yes, you're gonna have to
somewhere?
go under a bridge and solve 3 riddles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, but so because I remember you bought a car and then sold it in like 2 weeks.
Oh, I've
you waited like 6 months for a car and then sold it.
I that was the Corvette.
Yeah.
But the thing is I sold it because the market was like dropping dramatically.
Got it.
Because I was planning on keeping it because
Right.
like I loved the car. That's why I waited 6 months for it.
Right.
And the market was dropping, and I was like, I don't need this car, and I don't want to keep it for a year and then sell it and lose a ridiculous amount of money.
Right.
So I sold it while I still could and not like lose a ridiculous amount of money. So yeah, I was in the world of trying to like, you know, buy and sell cars for a minute. But the nice thing is I was also using the cars as
Right.
like my business car. So I was like using it for, you know, to go set and go to meetings and go to stuff like that. So it wasn't like I was just buying these cars to like, you know, make a penny. But I was
You were
actually,
also buying them to look cool.
I was also
Yes.
buying them to look cool.
Larry always says he's so mad he didn't get the car that was supposed to be Big Red's in
the
the
bug.
show.
Yeah, I
bug.
mean, it was never really gonna
Although
happen.
you never drove it. Like,
Right, I was mad that I
Right,
wasn't-
because it came Ricky's
I was
car.
mad
Yeah.
that I
It
came
never
Ricky's
drove
car.
it in
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
I don't even think I ever stepped foot inside that car. I don't
Did
think
you
I ever
not?
sat. And it's like, why did they even try to make it Big Red's car? Why did they even say it was Big Red's car when I never once drove it or
Yeah.
had any evidence on camera of it being
I wish
my
there was
car?
a scene of you like driving up to the pizza shop.
There was
in it.
supposed to be in
Yeah.
the first season a scene, and then they cut it for some reason. I don't know.
Interesting. Can you drive stick? Because I remember that car was stick.
No, but I was supposed to learn.
Yeah.
But like I never even learned. I never even
Yeah.
had a lesson. They just like didn't do that.
Yeah.
But Josh learned.
Josh learned.
in that car
Yeah.
from Tim. Because Tim drives
Tim
stick.
drives stick. That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Can you drive stick?
Yes, I just don't do it. Like I've not done it enough that I could say I'm like confident enough to do it in like if I was like in traffic, I would
Yeah.
get nervous.
Yeah.
Like on the 101.
Yeah,
but
I would get nervous.
That would be
I get
terrifying.
nervous, yeah.
Driving stick in LA would freak me out.
Yeah. Also,
Too much
I think it
stopping
would
and
just hurt
starting.
your leg because you're constantly having to like
Yeah.
put the clutch in and out, and I think it
Just
would
too much stopping
Yeah,
and
I think it
starting.
would be a lot.
Well, this was fascinating. Talking about cars
Yeah. Yes.
on our queer podcast.
I know, wonderful. You know, there's gay people that
The
love
audience
cars.
is gonna love this.
Yeah.
There's gay people that
there
love
are
cars.
gay people who love
They
cars.
exist somewhere. Do I know them?
No.
But they
Sure.
exist.
Sure.
They do
Actually,
exist.
I do have a friend. Who he and his husband love cars.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I know.
Well, send them our way.
There's,
Yeah.
there's
Talk about that pod.
Matt. This is for you. Funny enough,
go.
his name is Matt as well. So
I love that.
yeah,
Of course,
Well-
his name is Matt.
I know.
Well, chances are the people who are listening here already have been following you for decades.
Wow, decades.
And know where to find you.
Yes.
But just in case there's new people who don't know of the wonders of Matt Cornett, where
Right.
can people find you?
I mean, all of the places: Instagram, TikTok. Don't really post on TikTok. I really should start doing that. And it's back now.
Yeah.
TikTok is back.
TikTok's
It's
back.
back.
It's back.
She's back.
So
At Matt Cornett, right?
At Matt Cornett. Yeah, sorry. I guess I should say that.
Your
Instagram is.
2020 TikToks are great.
You want to know what's really funny? Actually,
What?
I have a TikTok from the night at Olive Garden when we lost Dara.
Okay.
That I never posted.
Wow.
It was. Do you remember the song "Famous" by Mason Ramsey? If I
Yes.
want to be famous.
Oh, the
I wanna
yodeling
be
kid?
The yodeling kid.
famous.
Yodeling
Oh, you
kid.
used to sing that one a lot.
I used to sing
wanna
that
be
so
famous for loving you.
Yeah, so I do have a TikTok there. Maybe I'll post it when this comes out, but I probably won't. But
It's still in your draft.
it's still in my
That's
draft.
5
It's-
years
it's my
ago.
first
That's
ever.
like
It's my
before
first ever
TikTok
draft.
was even TikTok.
Yeah,
That
it was
like,
my first
still
ever draft.
Musically.
Oh my
You know who taught me?
Sophia Wiley.
Sophia Wiley.
Yeah.
She was like, you need to
She
make a
was
TikTok.
She was the only one of us that was using like TikTok during season 1.
Yeah.
And then the rest of us started it during season 2.
because we
like,
saw
for real.
we saw the powers of TikTok. Anyways, yes, at Matt Cornett on Instagram. I believe it's at Matt_Cornett_ on TikTok because
Okay.
someone else took Matt Cornett. and that's it.
You can appeal to get that back.
I have tried, and I never heard anything back because I do believe the account that is using it is inactive. So I
Yeah,
do
you could
I do
try.
need to try to get that. But
Okay.
Well, that's great.
We're on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at Let's Talk About That.
And we
Pod.
have posted more recently than
Yes.
4 years ago.
We are active on
TikTok.
We are active
We
on
posted
the
as recently
social-
as today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
I wish I could do that.
It's a lot of work. Anyway, yeah. And if you want to, did you say the email thing?
No.
Well, if you want to send us an email or an inquiry, it's let's talk about that pod at gmail.com.
You almost
So-
got it right.
Well, I did get it right,
Well,
but I said the at first because
yeah.
we were talking about social media, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, Matt, we love you so much.
This has gone
I love
great.
you both.
Thank you for
This is,
coming.
I had a great time.
We'll have you back. I
We
feel
did
like we
too.
only got through like 2 stories. We
yeah,
have, like,
we should
so
do
many
another
more.
one. We should do
have
another
so
one.
many more.
I actually would love to do another one. So part
Okay,
2
great.
coming soon.
Anytime.
As soon as we schedule it, I'm sure
It'll be 3 years from now.
It'll be 3 years from now. Once
You guys
we
will already have sold the pod. by then.
Sorry,
Wow.
we'll be with iHeart.
yeah.
We'll slot you in sometime between Lady Gaga
Right.
and
And,
Kamala Harris.
yeah.
You
Right,
know what
perfect.
I mean?
Right.
Oh, as long as I can be between those two,
Yeah.
I would be so thrilled.
Gotcha.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Maybe that shouldn't go anywhere.
All right, thanks,
right.
Matt.
Way to end it.
We'll see you next week on Let's Talk About That.